Cheapskate Boss. I worked as a shift supervisor in a department of about 60 employees. Every year there is a designated week to celebrate our profession. Every year the department director voluntold the shift supervisors that we were all chipping in to buy pizza for the department to help celebrate. The first annoyance was that I work night shift, so she would order the pizza and give me a check to pay for it. This was after we had all contributed whatever amount she determined to be our individual share. Every year, she would order about 6 pizzas for the shift, and include a $2 tip for the driver. Naturally, I was mortified and I'd end up kicking in my own money for a reasonable tip. When I brought it up to her, she looked at me blankly and said she never tipped more than $2 for delivery. The final straw was the last year she worked there. She had figured out the pizza bill and determined we all owed $15.75. Pizza day comes and goes. With me, of course, chipping in another $10 out of pocket toward the tip. I open my work email and see that she sent all the shift supervisors a message. She had miscalculated the pizza bill, so we all needed to pay her another $1.65. Otherwise it wouldn't be fair, as she would be paying in more than we had. At first I saw red. Then I dreamed up my revenge. As I said, I work nights. So the next night, I spent quite a bit of time flicking 165 pennies under her office door. Then I emailed her to let her know I'd left the money in her office. Never heard another word, but I'm sure she crawled around and picked every penny up. Edit. I do work in the medical field. At the time I worked at a for-profit hospital. They didn't allot any money for recognition. The staff deserved the recognition. I never minded paying for the pizza. What bothered me was our director being a cheapskate. This was before COVID, when pizza was still considered a treat and not a slap in the face. Neither the director nor myself work there anymore. I wish I would have thought of the $1.63 idea. I hope you only gave her $1.63 and made her continue looking for the remaining 2 cents. Wait, she's requiring you to spend your own private money to pay for food for the people you supervise. For a company-organized and mandated event? The correct answer to that is, no. I'm not spending my own money to pay for a company event. She is gonna be pinching pennies for a long time. Cool. Since I paid an extra $10. That brings my balance to minus $8.35. Can you get that to me by next week? Thanks. Seems you gave her more than your 2 cents. In for a penny, in for a pound. So she ordered enough cheap pizza for everyone on your shift to have 1 slice and made you guys pay for it instead of the company. JFC. Face with raised eyebrow, face with symbols on mouth. I'm sorry your employer made the supervisors buy pizza for the staff out of their own pockets? What the ever-loving fuck? You gave her more than a penny for your thoughts. Do you know how copper wire was invented? 2 managers having a tug-of-war over a penny. Won a bet she was double-dipping and company was paying as well. And with that $1.65 she had enough to retire happy. What a penny pincher. Literally. I worked in entertainment centers and tips were required in the contract. The contracted tip was $2. Reminds me a story of a company I worked for 7 years. With an extreme toxic environment. Family owned. And it was even toxic for the boss and the boss junior. They always hired very aggressive, assertive buyers. And who would have thought? They were very aggressive and assertive. The bosses were earning yearly around $30 million after taxes. Eesh. Once, senior boss was complaining about a totally justified traffic ticket of $20. On and on. On and on. The morning long. One of the buyers, pissed off, asked him if he should go around with a can, asking the workers for money to pay for the $20. At last he shut his mouth and we continue working. Yay. Nah. At no stage at all during your story would I have forked over a single cent. Not for the pizza. Not for the driver and definitely not for Karen. OMG. I worked as a nurse for the state and then county. The government doesn't allow money from the budget to cover anything for employees. As a supervisor I was expected to chip in for food, coffee and buy gifts out of my own pocket for Nurses' Day, Secretary's Day, Boss's Day, Social Workers' Day, etc. And let's not forget when people retire, get married or have a baby and they wanted to start celebrating birthdays to help morale. And then if we spent more than a half hour at these celebrations, sometimes had to drive to restaurants and that ate up the half hour right there. We had to use our personal vacation time. It was basically mandatory, and when I went to personnel to complain about it, I was told to be a team player. Most of the nurses didn't even want to celebrate these things anyway. We all just wanted time to finish our work. Seriously, I was so burnt out from all that it was one of the main reasons I retired. Ridiculous. Admin just had no idea how little time nurses had. We just celebrated National Radiologic Technology Week. Is that your profession? Tears of joy. DSP?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.